the one, the only, Ben
Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube, Iyun Talina. And today we're doing Simon Rishon involved in Shulchan Aruch Yomi, Simon 256. It talks about halacha. The Gemara talks about Masechah Shabbos. I don't know if it's a halacha or it's a minhag that they used to blow the shofar 6 times on Erev Shabbos. The first time was just to arouse people that Shabbos is coming. Then the second time, I believe they should stop doing work, and the third time they should shutter their stores. And this was early in the afternoon on Erev Shabbos. Nowadays we don't do this anymore, but the Ramah notes that in Jewish communities there's a minhag to sound the shofar one time, or to sound a siren one time before Shabbos, half an hour before Shabbos. Why is this not done anymore? The Shulchan Aruch already hints to this, where he says Shu Yisrael Yeshuvan. When Klal Yisrael is in Yeshuvan, basically they're in control of their own destiny. There are Jewish communities, there's no governmental interference. They would do it 6 times. Why don't we do it nowadays anymore? Why only be Yeshuvan? I think the answer is found basically in the Gemara Masechas Brachos. So the Gemara's machlokas between Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai in terms of what's the correct outlook on Parnasa. Should we be involved in earning a living like everybody else, or should we dedicate our days to learning Torah? And the Gemara says that Rabbi Shmuel said you have to hanig behem minhag derech eretz. You have to act like the rest of the world. You have to plow when it's time for plowing, plant when it's time for planting. You have to put in ishtadlus, Shtadlus amuna. You have to become a professional. You have to do it like everybody else. And Rabbi Shimon says no, that you can rely on Hashem. And the Gemara says many people tried to do like Rabbi Shmuel and they were successful. Many people tried to do like Rabbi Shimon and they were not successful. And the Gemara notes at one point, the Gemara says that even Rabbi Shmuel, who says that really you should minhag derech eretz, you should act like the rest of the world in terms of ishtadlus. It depends. It depends on the time when Klal Yisrael is doing Ritzono Shel Makom, when they're doing the Ratzon of Hashem. So the Malachta Nasas Derech Erim, the Malachta is done through other people. They don't have to engage in such ishtadlus. When they're not doing Ritzono Shel Hakadosh Baruch, they're not doing the Ratzon of Hashem, then they need to do the proper ishtadlus. And I like to offer a unique interpretation of that Gemara is that, there's really 2 ways when you want to earn money. There's 2 pathways to earning money. One is to be an employer, and one is to be an employee. If you're an employer, you own the business. So really, it's on one hand probably you have to put in more hours, but you do have the flexibility of determining when you want to put those hours in. If you're an employee, you work for somebody else. Basically, your hours are fixed. You have to, do what your boss wants you to do it when he wants you to do it, and usually it conflicts with Shabbos. He's going to want you, if you're working for a non-Jewish employer, he's going to want you to work certain hours on Friday. So when Klal Yisrael is doing the Ritzono Shel Makom, it's a smart thing to open your own business. A person should be an employer, not an employee. One should be an entrepreneur because you have the capability of earning a lot of money. You have to put in a lot of work, maybe more work than an employee, but you do have the flexibility of your own hours. And when Klal Yisrael is doing Ritzono Shel Makom and they're employers, they're entrepreneurs, so then the Gemara is talking about. The Gemara is talking about then you can stop doing work early. You can stop early at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You can stop doing work because you don't have to work. You're working for yourself. You might tell your employees, your non-Jewish employees, to work the whole day Friday, but you don't have to work. However, when you're not doing Ritzono Shel Makom, when you're an employee, then your time is limited. That's why nowadays, when it's not be Yeshuvan, not everyone's doing the right thing. People are taking jobs. Obviously, there's a lot of risks that go into being an employer to open your own business. But when you're involved in that, so basically you have to work the entire Friday. So then the minhag in most kehilos is to blow the shofar or to sound the siren half an hour before Shabbos. At least let you know that you have to come back half an hour before Shabbos. Most people who work in the working world, they work as an employee for other people, they'll get to leave a half an hour before Shabbos, 2 hours before Shabbos, but it doesn't make sense that they should stop working already in the mid-afternoon. No employer is going to let them leave that early, but if you're working for yourself, then you could leave early, and it's up to you, and that's what the Gemara is really talking about. When you're doing the right thing, Ritzono Shel Makom, be Yeshuvam, then you can stop doing the 6th kiyos, and you stop doing the malacha early on Erev Shabbos to get ready properly for Shabbos. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.